All right, we're back. Fourth and final segment. We don't call this the fastest hour in Columbia Talk Radio for nothing. I cannot believe that we're already in our fourth segment today. And we're excited about this fourth segment. We're always excited about it because this is where we generally do our That's a Bunch of Crap segment. But I'm excited today because we have a new partner. This is exciting, folks, because what we're recognizing is we have a lot of folks who want to partner with us in what we're doing. And we have a new partner, and I want to give a shout out, and I want to let you know that the That's a Bunch of Crap segment will now be brought to you by Graham Murray and Prestige Appliance. Prestige Appliances is located off of I-26 and Piney Grove Road on the frontage road, just behind Sportsman's Warehouse. You can actually see it from the interstate. Graham and the team at Prestige Appliance offer all types of appliances. Any kind of appliance you might think of, they've got it in their showroom. Whether that appliance is for new construction or a remodel, or it's just time to replace an appliance that you currently have in your house, Prestige offers affordable options for a starter home set all the way up to the high-end luxury brands. So when you are in need of a new appliance, I want you to think Graham Murray and Prestige Appliance. That's Graham Murray and Prestige Appliance. I want you to call Graham when you needed a dishwasher, a washer and dryer, a refrigerator, a wine cooler, whatever it is you need in the appliance world, Graham's your guy. I want you to call Graham. Here's his number. Obviously, it's 803 because it's in the Columbia area, but 803-767-2923. Graham Murray, 803-767-2923. Graham Murray, Prestige Appliance, right off I-26, Piney Grove Road. You're going to love him. Graham is my guy. And Graham and Prestige are bringing you the That's a Bunch of Crap segment today. Everywhere I've been in the last 2 weeks, there are openings for employment. Restaurants, retail stores, grocery stores, home improvement stores, banks, credit unions. Everybody is hiring. I didn't even mention the countless opportunities that I'm seeing out there in sales. Car lots, insurance companies, real estate, mortgage companies. Everyone is hiring. There's a veritable cornucopia of employment opportunities out there. Yet people are still saying, I can't find a job. I can't find a job. What's wrong with me? I can't find a job. Really? Really? All of these places are hiring and you can't find a job? Folks, let's get down to business here with what's really going on. Perhaps it's time to really speak the truth about what's going on in our country. Lots of Americans simply don't want to work. Don't get me wrong. If the perfect job, making lots of money, working only a perfect schedule with lots of benefits and plenty of vacation time came along, they jump at the chance to go to work. Truth is, though, you'd screw that up because we're all so stinking spoiled that we'd find fault even in that perfect situation. The hours are too long. The pay is good, but it's not great. The industry would not be my first choice. My boss is a pain. The commute is too long. Plug in whatever you like here, folks, but one thing we know is Americans are wonderful at making excuses. Maybe the vast majority of us don't want to work. Or maybe we just don't want to work in a job or an industry that we feel is beneath us. Maybe you think selling something to make a living is low class. Or maybe you think working in a retail establishment is low class. What has happened to us in America? What has happened to the American spirit of pulling oneself up by the bootstraps and going to work? I'm going to tell you what's happened. It's sad, but I'm going to tell you what's happened. We have bought into this idea that we'll be taken care of through social programs and our government. We have bought into the lie that government is our friend, and if we just live to serve it, then it will take care of itself. Folks, what a lie! Here's the truth. Some of you might be offended by the imagery I'm going to use here, but I want you to get this, okay? Here's the truth. Government chains us. It ties us up. It shackles us. It enslaves us for the promise of, well, nothing. Nothing. But way too many Americans are happy being shackled and chained. And don't for a minute think, some of you are going, yeah, speak it, Fran, speak it, coach, speak it, speak it, speak it. Don't for a minute think this is happening in only one segment of our population. This lazy epidemic is not a white folk problem. It's not a black folk problem. It's not a Hispanic folk problem. It's an American problem. We feel entitled and we feel like we are due something. We're lazy. And that is a bunch of crap. We've got just a little bit of time left before before our final break of the day. And I wanted to mention, by the way, remember that the That's a Bunch of Crap moment was brought to you by Graham Murray and Prestige Appliance. Right off I-26 and Piney Grove Road, on the frontage road. I always want to say that because I kind of sound like that John Boy and Billy guy. On the frontage road. Anyway, I wanted to bring up two articles that I think are really, really important out of the state newspaper. And I'm giving the state newspaper a compliment, which I kind of hate to do because I wish the state was a little bit more serious about their journalistic integrity. And anyway, that's another story. Right before the holidays, there was a great article, an op-ed piece actually, by a couple of ministers in the Columbia area, Ivory Thigpen and Chris Cherry. And the op-ed piece they talked about was titled, Together We Can End the Payday Loan Debt Trap. And I've talked about this before, but I want to bring it up again. This payday loan stuff is ruining people. It is ruining people, folks. It is. Payday lending is a scourge at any time of the year. Every day, payday lenders, I'm quoting directly from the article, every day, payday lenders lure customers facing challenging financial circumstances into loans with an average interest rate, get this, of 400%. 400%! That's not payday loaning, that's loan sharking. I mean to tell you, that's what the mafia does to people in big cities. 400%. And what happens is, folks go get these payday loans and they can't pay them back in the time frame they've been given. They can't pay them back. And so what they do is they have to take out another payday loan. And the cycle continues, and the cycle continues, and the cycle continues. And the next thing you know, they're just completely up to their eyeballs in debt. I'm going to tell you, folks, payday loans, stay away from them. I sent emails to Reverend Thigpen and Reverend Cherry after the article was printed in the state. And I volunteered to help them in their churches, help them with people they know are having problems like this, because this is just a catastrophe. Payday loans and even title loans, all that kind of stuff, it's ruining people's lives. It's ruining families. You got to stay away from that stuff. So kudos to Reverends Ivory Thigpen and Chris Cherry for the op-ed piece they did in the December 24th edition of the State. If you missed it, you ought to go back to the State's archives online and check it out, because it's a great plea to people of all religions, races, ethnicities, to really put an end to this nonsense that is payday loan. The payday loan industry. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I know we're getting close to the end of our fourth segment. So before I get into closing out the show, I want to bring up one other small bit of news that I think is worth noting. In today's newspaper, the Nation and the World section of the State, dated Thursday, January 8th, today, page A3. The title of the article is Senate Democrats Vow to Battle GOP Agenda. What's new? It's going to be more fighting. It doesn't matter. That's not the news. Here's the news. Senator Harry Reid of Nevada, the Democratic leader, the former majority leader, hurt himself, and so he's not in Washington right now, but he had his deputy, Senator Richard J. Durbin of Illinois, read a defiant statement from the Senate floor yesterday. Harry Reid says through Durbin, "I have no intention of just rolling over. I can't," Reid's statement said. Not when the middle class is teetering on the verge of extinction. Not when the middle class is teetering on the verge of extinction. I realize Harry Reid's not listening, but let me just say to all of you who are, it's the Harry Reids of the world that have the middle class teetering on the verge of extinction. Do not buy into that lie. Our time is up, folks. It's been a pleasure being with you. Folks, do something intentional today. Remember, normal in America is broke. Don't be normal. If we can help you, please give us a call at Intentional Planning Group. I'm Fran Halloran. See you next week.